Victor Langston had built his empire with a mind like a machine, calculated, cold, relentless. The founder of Langston Dynamics. He was hailed as a genius, a visionary, a self-made billionaire who rarely appeared in public and never trusted anyone. His estate, hidden deep within the California hills, was a fortress of solitude filled with technology, silence, and one singular companion, Titan. Titan wasn't just a dog. He was a creature of legend, an enormous, scar-faced cane corso with a body built like a freight train and eyes full of fury. Langston had rescued him from an illegal fighting ring, thinking a noble act. But even nobility had its limits. Titan was uncontrollable, his past soaked in blood and betrayal. He lunged at strangers, barked through steel doors, and had already sent 2 expert handlers to hospital. No one could touch him. No one could calm him. And now, Victor was out of options. At a glittering charity gala one evening, surrounded by champagne and soft laughter, Victor let the mask slip. He stood at the podium, whiskey in hand, amused by the sycophants around him. "My dog," he announced, "has cost me a fortune in medical bills, lawsuits, and reinforced steel. 5 trainers have tried. 2 almost didn't walk again. So here's a challenge, $1 million to anyone who can calm Titan." There was a ripple of nervous laughter. He added, "Just don't blame me if you leave with fewer fingers." The cameras caught everything. Within hours, the clip went viral. Hashtags trended. Hashtag Titan Challenge. Hashtag Langston Bet. Hashtag $1 Million Dog. Talk shows debated whether the offer was real or a cruel joke. Langston didn't care. Let them talk. He didn't believe anyone could do it anyway. Miles away in a quiet neighborhood, a small living room flickered with the light of a television. On the screen, Titan snarled, lunging at a steel gate. Sitting on the carpet was a 9-year-old girl named Hope Daniels. Her dark hair hung loosely around her face. She didn't speak. She rarely did. Diagnosed with nonverbal autism at 4, Hope had retreated into a world only a few could understand. But animals spoke her language. Birds would perch on her shoulders. Stray cats followed her home. Neighborhood dogs, once skittish, would lie beside her peacefully, as if she carried a secret only they could feel. Her older brother Max sat behind her, watching the video over her shoulder. He chuckled at Langston's ridiculous challenge, until he noticed Hope's hand reach toward the screen. Her fingers gently pressed against Titan's image, and she whispered a word he hadn't heard in weeks. "Scared." Max blinked. "What did you say?" Hope didn't answer. Her eyes remained locked on Titan. The next morning, Max couldn't let it go. While their mother was at work, he did something crazy. He wrote to Langston's media office. He explained who Hope was, how she calmed countless animals in their neighborhood, how she never spoke but seemed to understand. He didn't expect a reply. But someone on Langston's team saw the message and forwarded it. Langston scoffed when he read it. "A child? An autistic child," he said, tossing the tablet on his desk. "Sir, she's different," his assistant said carefully. "What if this is a 1? He rolled his eyes, then smirked. "Fine. Let the cameras roll. If she wants to try, she tries. But I'm not liable when the mutt snaps." 2 days later, a black car pulled up outside Hope's house. Her mother panicked when she found out what Max had done. "Are you out of your mind? That dog is dangerous." But Hope, standing quietly by the window, looked at her and signed 2 words. "I'm ready." Victor's estate was a fortress, cold and clinical. Hope stepped out of the car barefoot, wearing a sunflower dress, clutching a small leather pouch. Langston stood on a raised balcony above the garden, arms folded. The media was already buzzing. Drones hovered. Cameras zoomed. Titan waited at the center of a reinforced enclosure, chained but thrashing, muscles tense, saliva dripping from his snarling mouth. Langston leaned over the railing. "Bring her in. Don't say I didn't warn you." Trainers tried to block her. She shouldn't go in alone. But Hope was already walking. Silent, steady, she entered the enclosure without flinching. Titan lunged. The world froze. But she didn't scream. Didn't run. She sat down in the grass, cross-legged, her back to the dog, She opened the pouch and pulled out something small, a broken collar charm shaped like a bone. Titan growled behind her, confused. He'd never seen anything like this. No shouting, no fear, just stillness. Minutes passed. Titan inched forward, first growling, then sniffing. Hope began to hum, a soft, melodic tune her father used to sing before he passed. Something only she remembered. Titan stopped. He sat down beside her. Then, slowly, he laid his massive head in her lap. The silence was deafening. Langston stood motionless, mouth slightly open. The trainers dropped their gear. One cameraman whispered, "Are we seeing this?" Hope gently stroked Titan's scarred ears. The dog let out a sound no one had ever heard from him, a sigh. Langston stormed down into the yard. "This is staged. He's drugged." The trainers protested. "No sedatives. We tested. This is real." He stared at Titan, now curled beside the little girl, eyes closed. "How?" he whispered. Hope didn't look at him. She signed a single word. "Heart." Victor turned away. Something inside him was unraveling. Something buried long ago. For the first time in decades, he felt powerless. True to his word, he wrote the check. $1 million. But when Max stepped forward to accept it, he said something unexpected. "We don't want your money." Langston narrowed his eyes. "Excuse me, we want something better. Build something with it. A place where kids like Hope and animals like Titan can help each other. Where no one gets written off." There was a pause. Then Victor Langston, the man who never gave anything without a return, said quietly, "I'll build too." Months later, the Hope Haven Sanctuary opened its doors, a sprawling ranch nestled in the hills, filled with rescued animals and neurodivergent children. Therapists, animal behaviors, and teachers worked side by side. Hope was there every week, helping the new dogs adjust, sitting quietly with anxious children, humming softly beneath the trees. And Titan? He became a legend. He walked without a leash, slept at the foot of the children's reading circle, let toddlers climb on his back. His scars remained, but his eyes were different now, gentle, watchful, whole. Victor Langston changed, too. He stepped away from his company, spent more time at the sanctuary. He built benches with his own hands, planted trees, laughed more. The world noticed, but he didn't care. One spring afternoon, he knelt beside Hope beneath a cherry blossom tree. He handed her a small velvet box. Inside was a tag, gold-plated, engraved. "Titan, forever changed by Hope." She looked at it, then at him. She signed slowly. "He saved me too." Victor couldn't reply. He simply nodded, eyes wet. The camera pulled back, capturing children laughing, dogs playing, petals falling like snow. A new world, a healed one, and in its center, a girl